This is the download from Sounds Profitable, your daily source for the essential news in the business of podcasting. I'm Gavin Gaddis, over a flu, but it doesn't sound like it. Here's what you need to know for today, Tuesday, February 11th. My first top story, audio's growth in Australia. This one's got a few sources in it. Edison Research has posted the Infinite Dial Australia 2024. Conducted in Q1 of last year with a national survey of 1,719 respondents aged 12 and older. Key findings include radio reaching 81% of respondents, which, when grafted onto population statistics, ranks 27% higher than the US. Podcast listenership has also increased 20% over 2 years, a rate that puts Australia at the top of global podcasting growth. Important note, the Australian Infinite Dial is built from online survey data, while the American version of the Infinite Dial is done via phone polls, reaching slightly different audiences. Zooming into the world of Australian advertising, Commercial Radio and Audio has launched a unified audio ID that will simplify the way marketers buy digital audio with inventory from Australian broadcasters like ARN, Nine, Nova, and Southern Cross Austereo. Next up, how podcasters are measuring video's role in growing incremental audiences. A look at reframing publishers posting video podcasts and video clips to grow listenership into looking at them as a way to attract incremental audiences by using that video content generated from audio forward podcasts to grow their viewership. As there is no current way to directly correlate a video clip driving audio podcast listenership, tracking impact can be tricky. Instead of chasing the idea that video content is driving audio engagement, executives like Lillian Zhu, executive director of audio business at Vox Media, approach audiences from a holistic perspective. Audio and video versions are under the same umbrella and must be considered together with their own metrics, meaning they track podcast downloads, video views, and social media reach. Up next, Netflix considers video podcasts as streamers chase the creator economy. According to industry insiders speaking to Business Insider, Netflix is exploring video podcasts. In the past, the streamer has experimented with in-house produced talk show-styled video content, usually focused around comedians, to varying degrees of success. They're also no stranger to audio podcasting, with a slate of series promoting content available on the platform. Streaming Wars proposes two potential outcomes given what is known from the anonymous sources. One, they could license existing podcasts with the intention of either keeping the episodes entirely within Netflix's ecosystem or with a timed exclusivity deal where episodes go live on the wider podcasting sphere after some time on Netflix. Or, the second option, given Netflix made an attempt to bid for Alex Cooper exclusivity before SiriusXM landed her, it's entirely possible they could be signing an existing podcasting star to make net new content for the platform. And for our final top story, podcasts are omni-channel and campaigns should be too. The latest SiriusXM article from Adweek is written by Associate Director, Podcast Sales Marketing, Sophie Anderson, focusing on podcasting having transcended its roots to become omni-channel, and why marketers can best take advantage of that by also being omni-channel with their campaigns. Top podcasters now, at the very least, have audio and video versions of their shows. Social media gives tools to build fan communities from the ground up, as well as get further ways to access that audience outside the traditional advertising inventory of the podcasts. And, as research repeatedly shows, such as The Medium Moves the Message from Sounds Profitable, podcast audiences have a positive relationship with the brands that make their favorite shows possible. As for the rest of the news, Adalicious has partnered with publisher Hearst UK to monetize their content and future slate of shows. Lower Street's monthly free live event Office Hours is back tomorrow, February 12th, to discuss audience profiling and using that to build a thriving podcast. AdLarge has launched the show Familicide today on the Forward Network. True crime podcast Ireland Crimes and Mysteries has joined the Radcast Network. Amy Poehler's production company Paper Kite Productions, in partnership with The Ringer, is launching Good Hang with Amy Poehler, and Bloomberg covers the recent sale of 2.5 million shares in Spotify that were recently sold by founders Daniel Ek and Martin Lorenstein. Be sure to check out the links to every article mentioned right in your podcast listening app or at soundsprofitable.com, where you can also subscribe to the newsletter version. The download is written and produced by Newton Shuttlecotty, Brian Barletto, Tom Webster, and myself, Gavin Gaddis. For Sounds Profitable, I'm Gavin. Download us again tomorrow.